Punctuality is important for academic success, but getting to school in time can be a challenge for students who take the subway or a city bus. Creating an online check-in using Google Forms is a simple and objective method of documenting the moment students arrive to class. Every minute of instruction counts, and Google Check-ins motivates students to be on time. This is the attendance form and what students see when they check in. How does it work? Students simply need to click on their name and then press Submit. Here's another form with a slight variation, and when they do click Submit, what happens? So it populates this spreadsheet, and we can sort by both time of arrival and name, and so I can see the exact moment when students arrived to class on January 18th, and if I wanted to switch this variable by name, I can see each student and identify when they've arrived to class, how punctual they've been, and share this information with their parents. So to show you precisely how this works, I can simply click on Other, and this feature is handy in case you have a new student that arrives to your class. And I'm going to press Submit. It takes 1 second. Your response has been recorded, and then students can submit another response. And now what I'll do is I'll jump to the top of the spreadsheet, and I'll sort by time, and I can see that right there, test teacher. I did that today 1 second ago. If I wanted to delete this row, I can simply click on 2 and then go to Edit and then delete row 2. One pretty interesting feature is if you click on Form and then you click on Show Summary of Responses, we can open up this window. We can see pretty easily what students are coming to class regularly, what students have not. That's a nice feature. How to make these forms? What we need to do is go to My Drive. We're going to click on Create, and we know we've got a number of options, but we're going to click on Form. The first thing that you're going to want to do is relabel the form. I'd recommend that you write your name, the period of the class, the subject of the class, and the semester you're teaching the class. Next, what we're going to do is change the question title from Sample Question 1 to What is your name? We're going to change the question type from text, which is the default question, to multiple choice. And when we do, a number of fields open up. We're going to add our student's name to this list. Great. You can fill out this list with your roster, and you can press Done. Because Google Docs automatically gives you 2 questions, we're going to delete this question. So we're going to press OK to discard. If you wanted to add more questions, you could. I would recommend against it though, because a few semesters ago I included both a what is your name question and a birthday question to serve as kind of a security question. This proved to be unnecessary, however, slowed down the sign-in process. We're almost done. I would recommend you click on More Actions and then Edit Confirmation, and when you do, I'm going to highlight this and change it to whatever you think is appropriate. So maybe thank you for coming to class. Great. I can see that it's saved. We've got it labeled. We've got the question. Let's return to My Drive. It's at the top, and when I click on it, it brings us right back to this spreadsheet that's completely empty. So let's start filling it out. I'm going to click here once again. I'm going to click on Form, and then go to Live Form. Jane's arrived to class. Let's submit another form. Bob's come to class. Sophia's finally got here. And Richard. And finally Caleb. Great. So now what we can do is we can even close this window or simply leave it open for tomorrow's class. Let's return to the spreadsheet, and we can see precisely what time each student got to class. It takes about 3 or 4 seconds, sometimes 2 seconds between each submission. That's pretty efficient. To revise your roster, simply click on Form and then Edit Form. When you do, we can open up this window, highlight over the question, click Edit, and if Bob is no longer in your class, but you recently got an addition, Jason and Tiffany, you're going to press Done and Save. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to close this out, and to see what that looks like, click on Form. We're going to go to Live Form, and great, here we've got Jason and Tiffany. Press Submit, Submit, If Caleb was absent, we can see what that looks like in just a moment. So now, when I return to the spreadsheet, we can see we've got more submissions. I'm going to click on Form and then Show Summary of Responses, and there we've got a nice bar chart. Great. How do we get the ball rolling? How do we make this into a sign-in sheet for our class? What we need to do is click on Share, and we're not going to share it with any individual, specifically email addresses. No, instead what we're going to do is change who has access to anyone with the link. And I'm going to click right there, and I'm going to press Save. Great. I'm going to press Done, and that looks good. So now what I'm going to do is return to the live form, and here it is right now. And I'm going to save this. I'm going to bookmark this. So tomorrow at the start of class, I simply open up this bookmark, leave it open, and we're good to go. If you have the luxury of having a computer used exclusively for attendance in your classroom, here's a technique I recommend. Simply click on the customization icon to the right of the address bar, and then click on Settings. Next, what we're going to do is find the On Startup section and click Open a specific page or set of pages. And now we're going to need to specify what those pages are. So if you've got multiple classes that you would like signing in, you're going to simply need to make multiple sign-in sheets. You're going to press Control-C to copy the URL, press Control-V, and OK. So what I'm doing is I'm putting both of those sign-in sheets in here right now. I'm going to press OK because I've only got 2 classes hypothetically. And now what I'm going to do is close Google Chrome because this looks good. And while this option is available in other browsers, I'm using right now just in Chrome. So let's open up Chrome, and I can see that we're going to pretend it's the start of the school day. This looks great. Next class comes in, and we're good to go. Alright, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Good luck.